Hi, my name is Brendan. I'm an IB Sports Science. To me, nuclear energy is a very interesting topic, and I've always wanted to learn more about it. So far, my role in this project has been outlining and planning what the video is going to look like because I have had experience in the past creating videos.
Hi, my name's Jordan and I'm in IB Physics, and although nuclear energy wasn't something that interested me a ton, since beginning to do research about the topic, I have gained a new interest in it. In my opinion, nuclear energy is going to become a very important role in society for the years to come. My role in the project is to tie everything together and explain what nuclear energy will look like in the future of society.
Hi, my name is Andrew and I'm in IB Chemistry and Physics. I enjoyed studying nuclear energy a lot. I was interested in the importance of nuclear energy in today's world and what the future might look like. My role in this project was to research the information about nuclear energy.
Whether you like it or not, nuclear energy is one of the most important energy sources in the world. It currently produces more than 10% of the world's electricity and almost 20% of the electricity in the United States. More than 16 countries depend on nuclear for at least 25% of their electricity, and France depends on a staggering amount of 75% for its electricity. Due to how widespread it is, we need to look at how we can make nuclear energy a better source for the future. Nuclear energy relies on a process known as fission to generate vast amounts of energy. Fission bombards uranium atoms with neutrons, which causes the atoms to split, generating enormous amounts of heat. The heat boils water into steam that turns a steam turbine, converting it into electricity. This process isn't without risks, however, and must be controlled with specific safeguards in a secure location. To meet the safety requirements, the fission process is performed in the reactor core of a nuclear power plant. Control rods absorb neutrons, which help control the rate of fission. Coolants help maintain the temperature of the fuel. If the temperature of the fuel and the reaction reach unsafe levels, the plant risks a nuclear meltdown, which can severely damage the surrounding environment with radiation poisoning. This risk has pushed many away from the clean and relatively cheap power it provides.
There are several major issues that need to be addressed for nuclear energy to become an even better energy source. The biggest concern is safety. Most people who oppose nuclear energy argue that the risks associated with an accident are too high, and these people are, on some level, correct. However, these risks are much less than what some people claim it to be. The most prominent nuclear disaster in history is Chernobyl, where a reactor meltdown occurred and radiation was spread into the atmosphere. This is expected to cause about 4,000 deaths, which, while unfortunate, pales in comparison to the 7 million deaths caused by air pollution every year. This accident occurred when conducting a safety test. The initial test conditions were not met, and the procedure was not carried out properly, and this eventually led to the meltdown of the reactor core. The Chernobyl accident was due to human error and would have been avoided with today's standards. A more recent example is the Fukushima disaster. The reactor successfully shut down in response to the earthquake itself, but flooding afterwards caused backup power generators to fail and led to overheating of the reactor core. However, no deaths have been related to the accident, and radiation levels outside of the evacuation zone have been within safety limits, even in the days following the accident. Now, some people are even starting to return to the area as radiation levels are decreasing. Looking forward, as technology gets better, reactors are also getting safer. Newer reactors have been designed using passive safety systems rather than active safety systems, which means that the response to meltdowns will be automatically triggered and human action won't be needed.
Another concern is about the radioactive nuclear waste. These must be disposed of properly to avoid radiation contamination of nearby areas. However, these concerns have already been addressed. Most countries that use nuclear power plants already have deep geological repositories to permanently store nuclear waste. Once underground, the waste poses no threat. This is far more beneficial than releasing tons of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. As the population on Earth continues to skyrocket, we're left with the question of where will we find the electricity to fit our needs. There is an urgent need for a cleaner alternative to burning fossil fuels for energy that release little amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. New technology is continually improving nuclear energy, allowing less developed areas to implement this clean source of energy. The United States rely on fossil fuels that release millions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, whereas countries like France rely mainly on nuclear energy to meet their needs. An increasing amount of the world's electricity comes from nuclear power plants, and although it may be a challenge with an exponentially growing population, we need to look to a cleaner, more reliable source of energy that can power our growing society.
In our mind map, fission causes heat to be released, which in turn generates electricity. The radioactive products of fission can cause a variety of adverse health effects on people, such as cancer and death. In the future, we are looking to minimize the effects on people by preventing the release of these radioactive particles.